Township Howell Planning Board meeting for Thursday, April 4th, 2024. Opening statement, please, Eileen.
I hereby declare this meeting of the Howell Township Planning Board to be open. Adequate notice having been given pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meeting Act in the following manner. First, on January 5th, 2024, a copy of said notice was emailed to the Asbury Park Press and the Star Ledger. Second, on January 5th, 2024, a copy of said notice was hand-delivered to the clerk of the Township of Howell. Third, on January 5th, 2024, said notice was posted in the office of the Planning Board and on the bulletin board in the Howell Township Municipal Building, 4567 Route 9, Howell Township, New Jersey. In accordance with the Fire Prevention Code and your safety, please be advised that this facility is designed with 2 emergency exits, which are at the front and rear of the meeting room. Furthermore, smoking is not permitted in the municipal building. Please take note that this meeting is being videotaped for possible future broadcast on Howell Township TV 77. Thank you.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Cristiano's been excused. Mr. Greenfield, I have not heard from. Mr. Leggio?
Here.
Mr. Mercer?
Here.
Mr. Tannenhouse has been excused. Mr. Rebel has been excused. Councilwoman Fisher?
Here.
Ms. Pike?
Here.
Mr. Carbonic, I have not heard from. And Chairman Bavai has resigned, so we'll come back to that. And Chairman Husser.
Here.
You have a quorum. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Would everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence for the men and women who have served our country, here and abroad. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Do we have any minutes?
I have no minutes.
Okay, any vouchers?
I have no vouchers.
Any correspondence?
I have no real correspondence, but just, we had 2 applications on the agenda, and both of them had issues with their notices.
Okay.
So the application for Mark Chickatano, case SD 2991A, will be rescheduled with notice, and the application for 96 Industrial Court, SP 1104F, will also be rescheduled with notice.
Okay.
And then the only other item is, as I mentioned during the roll call, Mr. Bavai has resigned his position on the board, so we'll be taking motions for a new chair at the next hearing.
So, Mr. Chairman, at the next hearing, just so you have some advance, notice of it, we will be electing a new chairman. For everyone's knowledge, only the Class 4 members are eligible to become chairman. So Class 1, 2, and 3, they can nominate someone, they can vote, they just can't serve in that capacity.
Okay.
And then we may also need to elect a vice chair at that time also. And again, only the Class 4 members are eligible.
Okay, thanks.
And that's it.
All right. So on to resolutions. The first is case number SP 1124, Howell Township Board of Education and Howell Township Police Athletic League for a capital plan review. Do I have a motion to memorialize?
Motion.
Mr. Leggio, do I have a second? Mr. Mercer? Roll call.
Mr. Leggio?
Yes.
Mr. Mercer?
Yes.
And Chairman Husser?
Yes.
Thank you. Resolutions memorialized.
Okay, and the second is for case number SP 1117, DR Horton, Inc., NJ, a resolution granting preliminary and final site plan approval and preliminary and final major subdivision approval with ancillary variance and design waiver relief.
Motion.
Mr. Leggio, and a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Mercer.
Mr. Mercer?
Oh, Mr. Mercer, you cannot second.
Oh, I can't.
I'm sorry.
You can second.
I can. I'll second.
That was Ms. Pike?
Ms. Pike, yes.
Thank you. Mr. Leggio?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fisher?
Yes.
Ms. Pike? Yes. And Chairman Husser?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay. Any submission waivers? No.
No.
And on to our only application this evening. It's for case number SD 3009, Augustine Kim, for a minor subdivision with ancillary variance and design waiver relief.
Good evening,
Good evening.
Chairman, board members. Vince Halloran from Freehold.
You can
I want to
sit.
apologize.
That's a microphone.
There's a microphone on the desk.
This one here? Okay. This thing?
Yep,
Yep.
Okay.
yep.
Vince Halloran from Freehold on behalf of the applicant. I want to apologize to the board. I'm going for my hearing aid tomorrow, but I can't hear out of my right ear. So do the best you can, like I'm trying to do, to talk into the microphone.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Kim is not here tonight. He believes I can present his case to him.
Mr. Chair, I might be able to cut this
Yeah, Jen.
Thank you.
quick,
Thank you.
right?
Sure.
So this is like a bowling alley lot on Casino Drive, right?
Right.
Super narrow, super deep. And it is about 10 acres, a little shy of 10 acres, correct?
You're correct.
So there's an existing house fronting, like, close to Casino Drive. They're looking to subdivide 2 acres in the front, which is a compliant lot area. The house is what it is. There are existing conditions that are what they are, regardless of whether we subdivide or not. The subdivision cuts off almost a little shy of 8 acres in the back. The concern is this. They're proposing a 30-foot wide access easement from Casino to the back lot. Totally fine. We would like to see that be constructed with landscape pavers so that in the event, regardless, I understand you're not proposing anything back there, but God forbid the trees catch on fire or there's a problem in the back, if that easement is constructed of landscape pavers, which will look like grass, but can maintain the weight of a fire truck, an ambulance, whatever, they can get to the back to do whatever they need to do. That is our only concern.
Yeah, my
Mr.
only
Chairman?
question is-
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Just on that issue also, one of the lots will not have frontage on a public road, so that does require relief from the ordinance. It also requires what's known as a planning variance under the municipal land use law, section 35 and 36. When you're making your proofs under the MLUL, for a lot that does not have frontage, essentially what you're seeking to prove, or what your burden is to prove, is that it's accessible to emergency vehicles and can be serviced. So in that regard, we did receive a report from the Fire Bureau dated July 24th, 2023. Largely, the Fire Bureau does not have any objections. However, they did say that the fire apparatus access road shall have an unobstructed width of no less than 20 feet and an unobstructed vertical distance of not less than 13 feet 6 inches. So my recommendation would be, in order to satisfy the proofs under the MLUL, that the board require compliance with the Fire Bureau report.
Okay, thanks, Ron.
My question, Jen, that will require removing of some of the trees presently, I believe.
Well, I agree, but that's where the 30-foot easement is proposed, so there needs to be an unobstructed easement to that back lot. So those trees are going to have to be removed, and the landscape pavers should be installed, and the provisions of the Fire Bureau should be adhered to. Other than that, I have no issue with the relief that they're requesting.
Well, thank you for that. But my point is, and maybe this is something you're concerned about, the situation is there now. I mean, if we didn't do the subdivision, I mean, you still have those trees and you couldn't get to the back and there's nothing there. I understand your concern, I really do, I understand that. But as little as possible, I mean, he's not going to do anything with it.
Yeah, but my point is this. You're asking for a subdivision, you're creating a lot that's not fronting on a public street,
Correct.
and you're providing this easement. The easement doesn't do us any good if it's full of trees. So
Jen, is that easement, or that area you're talking about, that's the area that the Fire Bureau said has to be unobstructed, correct?
100%. So the trees are going to have to come down, landscape pavers are going to have to be put in there to grant access to the back lot. It just seems, other than that, there's nothing to this.
Right.
The
That's what
house
I
is
thought.
there
That's
on
what I
Casino.
thought. I didn't even realize there was a problem with the trees. I understand what you're saying now.
Yeah.
But I thought if there was something built back there.
Well, there could be a fire without any
Oh, no,
structure back
I
there.
understand that. I
Forest fires.
So that's what I would recommend.
So that being said, Mr. Halloran, are you acceptable to satisfying the Fire Bureau's?
if that's what the board, I'm assuming you're following Jen's recommendation and the law. If that's what it is, that's what it is.
That's acceptable?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Any questions?
Just on the, you recommended the landscape ties,
The landscape
pavers, are they?
So they're like
pavers?
open cell pavers, so they're like concrete
They're-
open cell pavers
Right,
under the
okay,
ground.
Okay,
So it looks like grass,
Yeah.
but they're structurally
They're block
strong enough to
pavers.
support a truck.
yep, I've seen them before.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll also support a driveway if they ever put another house.
100%.
Mhm.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think they're like
All
3 or
right.
4 inch.
I'll open it
pavers
to
on
the
them.
massive amounts of people in the public.
I saw that one objector out there.
You never know when the door swings open.
Yeah.
That objector
I don't
walks
see
in.
anybody peeking in at the door, so I'll close the public session, and I will entertain a motion with everything that we've put on the record and discussed. Okay. Ms. Fisher? Oh, sorry. Ms. Pike, sorry.
And that's a motion to approve?
Yeah.
Okay.
Second?
Mr. Leggio, right, seconded?
Yeah.
We have a motion and a second.
Yep.
Mr. Leggio,
Yes.
Mr. Mercer,
Yes.
Councilwoman Fisher.
Yes.
Ms. Pike.
Yes.
And Chairman Husser.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you all very much, and thank you for talking into the microphone so I could hear you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that was the only application this evening. A master plan update?
No, sir.
Okey doke. Ron, is there any reason for executive session?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, at this time, I will entertain a motion to adjourn in record time, I believe.
Nick, you should be the chairman all the time. Clearly, we're out of here in like 10
By
minutes.
the way, you're welcome.
Motion to adjourn?
Too long.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Aye.
Good night.
Thank you very much.